Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. This is kind of a sad video and I've shared quite some similar videos like this. The first one was a black child that was denied. I mean, actually not even denied. They specifically skipped her. A white lady gave medals to every white child and skipped the black child. Like I shared that video like a few months back. But there was also another one of a football player that touched every white kid and skipped a black kid. This is the same situation. This white teacher, instructor, came and hugged four, like literally grabbed four white kids and missed out one biracial child, the black child. And I'm like, to other people that come out and they are like, a lot of black people are so stuck on racism. They want to talk about like a lot of racism. And then you see these things happening to our children. Like, guys, the way these kids are traumatized with these things, it might be as easy and simple for you, but a child always keeps things in. There are some things that happened to you when you were a child and you still remember them. Maybe, let's say, for the benefit of doubt, let's say, okay, this person did not see that or they didn't mean it. You as a person, if you remember something that happened to you when you were still a child, doesn't it still hurt a little bit? Do you still feel like that thing that happened to you, this person never meant it? So I really hate to see people come at us and be like, oh, we are so stuck on racism, like everything is not about race. Tell me why. You get on stage as a teacher and hug the white kids and leave the black kid out. Imagine how it goes on behind the scenes, because if you can do it on a stage where everybody is watching, how is it behind the scenes? How is it behind the scenes? Like, that is so annoying, and it really pisses me off that black children like have to kind of somehow grow up with this like strong heart, like just taking everything that happens to them and just be chill with it. And I really feel sad for how it happened, because she wanted the hug. Like she came in and she wanted to like get hugged as well, and the lady like did not want to do that. Also, if you look at the video very well, clearly she did not even want to touch the child. And you ask yourself, what could a child have done to this woman that she hates her so much? Why would a grown-up woman hate a child that innocent, that young? That is insane, guys. Listen to what also people had to say about this. Let me know your thoughts on it.
Then look at. Did y'all see that?
Come on up, quick. There we go. Why is everybody getting this? Big round of applause for dance expressions.
That was rude.
Nadia Boucher.
Olivia, Layton, Violet,
Shania. Come stand behind your dancers. Let's get that photograph, everybody. Right? So we.
How dare you do that to a baby? How dare you? Do y'all know how fast I would have been on that stage? How dare you do that to that baby? Oh, I'm hot. So I did some digging on Miss Nadia. Now keep in mind, when you Google Nadia, her profile is gonna come up, right? Oh, but you deactivated the Instagram. Okay, so I'll go back and Google Nadia Boucher dance expressions. The book page pops up, right? Dance Expressions deactivated their Facebook page. And although you can deactivate a Facebook page, you're never going to deactivate your actual website. But before we get there, I pulled up this Dance Expressions, right? They said, look, baby, I see this viral video. We in Texas. They in Connecticut. Thank you for telling me that, because this confirmed the actual website and the location of this business. And let's meet the talent. This is Phyllis Boucher. Don't know her. Are you the mama or the sister of Nadia Boucher? We don't know. This is Nadia Boucher. This is Dance Expressions of Connecticut. Yo, what that say? SPED teacher, what that mean? She's a special education teacher. No, y'all, for real, she's a special education teacher. And my concern is that you're doing this to a verbal child who can speak. What are you doing to children who cannot speak? Huh? Quickly. And Nadia, baby, you lucky I'm smart. I'm not gonna put where you work, because ain't nobody finna litigate me. But you got your school district and your school got some explaining to do to all of them children's parents. Come join us and dance. No, Dance Expressions of Connecticut. This is violence. And when we talk about white women being violent, you like literally look at her. Nadia Boucher, as if she didn't just do something extremely violent to a baby. And then to act like you don't even want to touch her, I can't imagine what she was going through behind the scenes. I'm going to say it like this. Please stop subjecting your mixed and black kids to this. Please stop putting them in things where they are surrounded by people who do not look like. That baby has so much more emotional control than I would have even as a mother. And to expect our children to have that high level of emotional control when faced with such bigotry is just... I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around this. If you are going to have a child with a black person, it is your job to not subject your child to your own demographics bigotry. If you are going to lay down with a black individual, it is your job as the non-black individual to ensure that you protect your child from your demographics bigotry. And if you are a black person procreating and having children with someone that is not black, it is your job to protect your child from the demographic that you slept with, from their bigotry. It is y'all's job as parents to protect your children, and it is the jobs of these administrations, of these institutions, to protect these babies from teachers like this so that this does not happen. And unfortunately, because it's systematically set up this way, this is never going to stop. So what are you going to do to protect your children is the question that I have. What are you going to do to protect your phenotypically black children? What? And as a content creator who talks about racial issues and blackness and being proud of being black, I get so many nasty comments that y'all don't see because they're either filtered out and I delete them and I block. But I get so many nasty comments. And a lot of those comments talk about you reaching. I guarantee you people gonna think that I said that me being irate about this is reaching. That y'all gonna really think that this is not violence. Y'all gonna really think that white women don't do this to black children and to black people all the time and that they're not violent. This is violence. And I'm not posting this video to be bashful towards the mother in any regard. I'm so glad that she did post the video because it shows how our institutions are operating still in 2025. And it is very important for us to have this conversation. And it brings out this conversation, right? About how we keep our children safe, what we need to do to keep our children safe, and how we combat these attitudes and the opportunities for these people that are ahead of these institutions to behave the way they do.
I debated on speaking upon this because I know there's so many people out there that just cannot wrap their little bitty brains around the fact that this whole situation right here was wrong and honestly, definitely color driven, but we're going to get into it. If you have a biracial child, please, coming from a biracial child, please stop placing your children in predominantly white areas, predominantly white schools, predominantly white sports. Please allow them to be around both sides of their culture, okay? You can't get offended by what I'm saying, okay? You should get offended at the fact that the world has to be that way. You should be offended at the fact that what I'm saying is really true, regardless of if anybody wants to admit that or not. And before I say this, I just want to say that if you're not biracial, you really can't argue with anything that I'm saying, because if you're not biracial, you've never grown up experiencing being biracial, okay? So this is coming from somebody that's biracial. As an adult, you get used to it. You know who to surround yourself with and what shit you should and should not deal with. But as a child, they literally don't know any better. And being biracial in general, you get hate from both sides. You're not white enough for the white folk, you're not black enough for the black folk. So you really got to be in your own little bubble. And because of that, you really have to place your children in situations where they will feel comfortable all around, or at least have a better chance of being comfortable with one group or this group or that group versus totally being the outsider or the only different one. This is a prime example of that. Y'all cannot convince me. Nobody could pay me $1 million to change my mind on the fact that her leaving her out of this hug was not intentional. She knew what she was doing, and it's not that she forgot. It's not that it was a mistake. It's not that she didn't see her. It's that she didn't want to. Period, point blank. It ain't like it's a whole crowd of 26 girls. Now, if she's hugging the whole stage, I can see if she forgets one or two. This is 4 little girls. You know what I'm saying? And then once you hug them and you realize, oh, she's right there, I would give her her own hug if it was genuinely an accident. Shit like this just makes me so mad, because I've dealt with situations like this my whole life, especially starting at a kid, like starting at a young age, going through shit like this, it damn near be traumatizing, because when it happens over and over and over, you'll really start to be like, damn, what do I do? Who do I fuck with? Who do I talk to? Who do I, And unfortunately, it all just comes down to the simple fact that when they're not used to being around biracial or black children, yes, their mindset is totally different, because they're not used to having to watch what they say, or why certain things can be offensive, or why certain things like this would get looked at how we're looking at it, because they're not used to that. They don't ever have to change their thinking or alter their ways or start understanding something different than what they're used to or what they were taught or what they're always around. Y'all get what I'm putting down? But this is why things like this continue to happen, because nobody speaks up and nobody makes the people feel and understand why shit like this is foul, why shit like this can be detrimental to the character of somebody growing up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what they say, you reap what you sow. And sometimes it don't come back on you. It can come back on kids. It can come back on family members. So I just hope that whatever energy she's secretly putting out into the world, to these kids, to people, I hope she's ready to deal with that shit, because it come back tenfold every time.
I was tagged in this post, and I want to preface this by saying that it is Shania's mother who uploaded this to social media. So, okay, I just want to let you know, Mel, this is not the first time that your baby has suffered microaggressions. This is not the first time that they have made her feel inferior because of the color of her skin or because of her hair texture. This is the first time you saw it. And baby, I hate it when people get on this app acting like they just know everything. Like, since you got your motherfucking degree type shit. But baby, I've been black all 32 years of my goddamn life. I realized that it was because of the color of my skin when I was in elementary school. And the fact that you already brought your concerns to them and they're acting like they did nothing wrong, that tells me there ain't enough black people on staff. We'll call them and cuss them out for you. We'll do whatever you want us to. But you need to take your child out of this institution and put her around people who look like her, act like her, who will advocate for her.
As a studio owner, I can't tell you how hard that was to watch. How disappointing that is. How appalling that is. And then to find out in the comments section that that studio let that family go. No, they didn't address it with the teacher or the choreographer. They let that family go. Expressions, I'm here to tell you as a studio owner, I will never respect you. I will never respect you and your teachers. And to any other studio owners, from the way we ask kids to style their hair, to the color of the tights they wear, to the color of the shoes we pick, start doing better. Start doing better. Because every kid deserves to feel loved, special, and they deserve to feel like their studio is a safe place, a second home even. And I read the comment section. It was really hard to read as a studio owner, but I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that there are so many people that don't want to share spaces with us. Because so many of you out there make it seem so hard to just care about kids or people. We are dancers second. We are humans first. We get to share dance together, and that's special. But some of you don't deserve to be studio owners or dance teachers. Do better.
One thing you'll never see me come here and talk about is about relationships, because guys, I always tell everybody to go where they are loved. Like, I'm not going to tell you to be with whatever just because of whatever. You choose where you have to go. But I think it's very important that if you decide to go with someone that is not of your kind, that you have to put in this initiative to really be concerned about where you place your child, where your kids go, the friends of your children, the teachers, the people around your children. Because like seeing this happen, it really shows you how these people, not even like all of them, but like in general, how people can treat your child just because they look a certain way.
Don't normally buy into the whole make everything a race issue kind of thing, but when I seen that video of that Nadia Busha, that's the one that's going around TikTok at the moment, it's so heartbreaking actually to see that child, like, sort of, she signals to her, Nadia, and then when she's excluded from the hugs and she leans in, it is really, really not good to see. When she like came in to hug the group of children for winning what they won, like how she missed her, and yeah, it's really it's horrible to see. It's I think it's the actual girl's reaction that she puts her hand up to like signal her, and then she's just totally ignored, and then then she goes in to hug him. It's horrible, man. It's a horrible video to watch. That just looked, if anything, it just looked horrible. It was like literally like, I can see why people would think it's a racial thing. Definitely see why. Just got to be careful not to make everything be about race. But yeah, poor kid, man. Poor kid. And quite rightly, like, as some people say, this is the sort of stuff that leads to developmental issues within children and that sort of troubles. Them sort of troubles happening, but yeah, not nice to see at all.
I see most of them when they are caught, they always come out and give like fake apologies, and sometimes it's not even them that come out and give like these apologies. It's like a third or second party that comes in and like says something, and in my head, in my brain, in my conscious, I'm like, excuse me, you're the one who missed the child deliberately. Why can't you bring up your big A personality? I don't want to cuss, guys, because this is a child that is involved. It really gets to me. Why not pick up your big pants, come out and apologize to the people? Why not come out and apologize in public, just like the way you've embarrassed this child, the way you've traumatized, the way you've triggered this child to feel like they are less of something or less than nothing, literally, and make them look stupid. But you don't want to look stupid because people are calling you out to take on your accountability and apologize to the family, to the parents, to this child, and literally just give a child a hug. Like, what was the hug going to do to this woman? What was, and I mean, the video that you saw, the lady that was saying when they dig into the situation that this lady works with kids that don't talk or speak. Imagine if your child is biracial and does not speak, and this person is the one that is working on them, because this child talks. The kid, this baby that she skipped, talks. What happens to the ones that don't say anything? What does she do to them? Why would this person even be given a license to be working with kids if she has a specific group of kids that she wants to work with? Why not come out and just be open, like, you know what, we take in kids, but we do not take in this specific group of kids because they are not worth our energy. We don't want to associate with them. I mean, it would be simple and easy. They always want to do these things to our children, hurt them and torment them, and then when we come out and talk about these things, then we are the problem, and people are going to be like, almost people would be like, actually I saw some comments where people like, oh, she maybe missed the kid, black people like take things too sensitive. I was like, what the F? You guys do not have eyes. You do not have to eyes to see what really, really happened. That this woman deliberately came, saw kids on stage, and only went for kids that looked like her. The one that did not look like her, she did not give a F about her. That's insane. That pisses me off, guys. let me remind you guys, I told you when I went to Dubai and I was like, kicked out because I was a dark skin and the ones that were light skinned were left in the house. And I always give that example, guys. I was old, I was a big person, but it haunted me. I still sometimes think about it and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to me in that time, because it was just so different. I had never experienced it, and when it happened, I was like, oh wow, this is like actually reality. It happens to people. Like, before it happens to you, you never know like the trigger that it can cause to you, but when it happens to you, like, oh my God, it happened. It actually happened to me. I was like, are you, oh my, like the tears I cried on that day, guys, I was in tears the whole day just because of that. Imagine a child. Imagine the emotions of the child. And I do not want to hear people say or tell our kids to be emotionally strong, because if other kids are not allowed to be emotionally strong, our kids should not be emotionally strong. Like, that's insane. That's why I'm also against when it comes to African, parents beating and torturing kids just to teach them something. Like, it's those things that traumatize us until we grow up, and then you start to realize, oh my god, it's because of this that happened to me. Like those aggressions, or those things that people call discipline, and it's like traumatizing the child. This is triggering to me, especially coming from a place where I've seen things happen to me because of being a dark-skinned person. Like, it's really insane, and a lot of people need to come out and talk about this thing, because it's unacceptable, especially for black children. Black children deserve better. They deserve better. Enough is enough. Like, we cannot just let these people treat our children like this and they get away with it. Insane. But yeah, guys, that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think about this. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm sad about this. Like, I'm really sad about this. Yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.